here today. I can tell you it may be cloudy and rainy outside, but the sunshine is shining on us today, with who I'm getting ready to introduce in a few minutes. You know, this week has really been a great week for me. I've been privileged to introduce two wonderful people. Tuesday of this week, I was introducing the Governor of the Commonwealth to the citizens of Hanover County. But you know, that was yesterday's news. You know, today is really the highlight of the week because I'm getting ready to introduce one of our own, one who really doesn't need an introduction. And I've often wondered how this young woman can be so vibrant, so alive, so enthused, and so take charge when need be. Well, the secret is out today. I met her mom and dad. I will have to say, Mom takes all the credit. Just like her daughter, she's not bashful. I just commented to them both a few minutes ago. I said, y'all have really done a great job raising Angela. And her mother quickly spoke up and said, she takes it all after me. You know, it's great to have a family that supports you in this endeavor that Angela is getting ready to undertake. It's so vitally important to have your friends and your family there with you. Otherwise, you just could not do a job of public service. But you know, I've known Angela for several years, more than several. And early on, when I first met her, I had a different vision of Angela. Maybe because of her stature. She's not quite as tall as me. But the truth of the matter is, I learned real quickly after having met Angela that it's so very true, that old adage, big things come in small packages. And that's very true, particularly in Angela's case. You know, I'm honored to call her my friend. She has been such a dynamic leader in the Hanover Republican Committee. She's a visionary. She's also conservative, which I know that's what we all believe here, in less government, limited government. But not only that, she is a mom. She has a husband who will soon find out is kind of like me. I'm Dottie's husband generally. Paul will be known as Angela's husband, but Angela has so many talents. She's an entrepreneur, but her vision, her desire to help out her community, her fellow beings, you know, is something that's very admirable. It's a rare trait. It's a rare quality, and it's an attribute that not everyone has. So we're so very fortunate and so blessed upon the retirement of our good friend and another public servant, who I'm not going to introduce, but that's what's created the vacancy here. Angela's going to do a wonderful job for us, but we've got to work for it. We can't take it for granted, and that's why we're all here today. So with that, I'm not going to talk any longer. I could speak for at least an hour or so on the qualities of my good friend. And when I was asked to be here to introduce her, seriously, the introduction I made on Tuesday with the governor was nothing compared to the privilege that I feel now in introducing my friend and the next supervisor on the Hanover County Board of Supervisors, and your friend as well, Angela Kelly-Wiecek.
You know, one of the first things they tell you in campaign candidate school is that you want to find somebody who will, to introduce you, that will say nice things about you. But then they tell you not to find someone who will overshadow you. But when you're my height, it's tough to do, but that's all right. First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming here. It is just wonderful to me to look around the room and see so many friendly faces, people who I have known for a long, long time, and people who have always supported me in my efforts to serve Hanover. And so I see this as the next step. Again, I thank each and every one of you for coming today. I just wanted to quickly thank John for coming and introducing me. John, of course, being the 55th, the delegate from the 55th district here in Hanover. And I want to also point out that we have with us today Delegate Chris Peace from the eastern portion of Hanover, from the 97th district. So thank you, Chris, for coming today. I wanted to point out that we do have Bob Sutliff, who is our current Chickahominy district representative. And Bob has served this county in appointed and or elected office for 20 years. He served for 12 years on the Planning Commission and 8 years on the Board of Supervisors. And I am just honored to even attempt to step into his shoes and continue that service. So I'd like you all to join me. Thank you, Bob. And we're also joined today by Sheriff Dave Hyman. So Sheriff, thank you very much for coming. Always good to have the sheriff in the house. That's very good. And I would also, of course, like to thank my husband, Paul, who is here. And my son, Steven's in the back with face paint and bare feet, and God knows. So I decided, rather than drag him up here, we know where he is. But he's been a trooper through this, too. And as John mentioned, my parents are here today, and that's really very meaningful to me. Gail and Larry Kelly up here from Chesterfield. Somebody remarked to me just a couple moments ago what a wonderfully varied crowd we have here. We have, families and people at all stages of their life present here with us. And I was having another conversation, and we were talking about the importance of passing along what our responsibilities are to our community and to our country at large. And when most of you know that I grew up in this area. I grew up in Petersburg. And when I was a child, we lived in a historic area. And one of the things that had a profound impact on me, although I don't think I realized it at the time, I don't think they realized it at the time, but my parents looked at what was happening in our neighborhood, and they started a neighborhood association. And so I saw all of this work going on to, rebuild the parks and have new sidewalks put in, and they were always going down to speak at city council meetings. And boy, let me tell you, Petersburg City Council, God love them for that. But I heard all these wonderful stories, and so I don't know if they realize what a profound impact that's had on me, and that they set a wonderful example for me and for my brothers. And I think that when people ask me, why are you doing this? I mean, really, what would possess you to run for office? A lot of times I'll answer to them, well, it's because I want to make sure that, our children enjoy what we have or better. But it's also because I've learned that that's what you do as a responsible citizen. You pay it forward. You give a little back. It's broader than just, what you do in your little microcosm. And so that's really what's propelling me forward here today. Now, you're all citizens here, and I'm sure that you live here for a reason, because we've got a good thing going here in Hanover. We've got excellent schools, we have got phenomenal public safety, we have nice, safe communities that we live in, and so yeah, we've got a good thing going. I am not running on a platform of change, or hope and change, or otherwise, as you may have imagined, but I do think that there's always the opportunity for continuous improvement. I've made the comment several times that that no organization, public or private, is immune from inefficiencies or from falling into a situation where maybe we're not always putting our best foot forward. So we have to be vigilant at that. We always have to look, where can we improve, where can we make things better, where can we improve technology, and apply that continuous improvement principle to our operations. The other key thing, this is something I learned in the private sector, is value for money, return on investment. You hear a lot about it at work, and so how do we apply that to what we're doing in our local government? We've got some key pillars that are our jobs, so let's keep our focus only on those key pillars, and let's do them efficiently. So some of the things people said, well, what would you like to do here in Hanover? What do you think? What do you think we need? And I think one of the things that we have to continue to look very strategically at is economic development. We've done a pretty good job. We've got some destination retail come in with Bass Pro Shops. We had Owens and Minor, the Times Dispatch building come in here, and those were great first steps. But we're going to have to continue that if we want to make sure that we're sharing, that we're relieving the tax burden off the citizens. We want to become a bedroom community, but we want smart, strategic growth. And our economic development department has done a good job of that so far. Sadly, some of you may know that we recently lost our economic development director, Mark Weeks, who passed away just a few days ago. So we're going to have to, step forward and continue that good work and improve upon all the good, solid work that's been done before us. So again, taking what we've learned and taking that mantle on and moving forward. So that's what I have to offer you. I'm enthusiastic and I'm energetic, and I have a desire to serve you and the greater good. And so I appreciate your confidence in me here today. And I'm happy to take any questions, perhaps not in a public forum, but if you want to come up to me afterwards. I'll do it in a public forum if you want, but I think there's people who want cake. So I don't want to just, the need for food, especially when it's really good cake, is powerful. So let me know if you've got questions. I'm always happy to answer those questions. Call me anytime. Ms. Hall will tell you our phone rings day and night. It's all good, But thank you again for coming. Thank you for your support, and I'm looking forward to serving you as the next Board of Supervisors representative from Chickahominy. Thank you so much.